Hey, it's me, Fan of Fett, Boba Fett's biggest fan, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Ghul and Shredder pack from the TMNT versus Batman movie. I already opened this, and I'm going to be working hard. I mean, not working hard, but okay. Let's first start with the Ghul. I got this like a few years ago. So the Ghul figure, I don't like the rubber instead of fabric for this. It gives less articulation in the legs that I don't like. He's a ninja, for crying out loud. So that kind of sucks. His cape is nice, by the way, and it has a nice wingspan. Like this. It could also be down as a cowl, but I think that's not the use. And yeah, this figure isn't noteworthy, but there are some accessories. Like 2 martial arts hands and this sword that I'm going to be trying showing you now. His hands, I bet the designers didn't know that they were going to use a sword because the sword is, when he's trying to hold it, is too wobbly. In my opinion, it's not honestly as well as I would wish. Because as Ghul, he's a... Yeah, this is just bad. The figure's kind of nice, though, with some good articulation. But I just feel like that is just lacking overall because of the lack of articulation at the legs. It can do a beautiful thigh, but the rubber on the legs just doesn't work. And now time for my other figure that I have here, the Shredder. I honestly kind of like this Shredder. I'm going to focus more on him because he has more accessories. And he's my favorite character from TMNT. First, he still has the same problem as Ghul, but he is pretty cool. I mean, like, his cape doesn't have the same... yeah, it does have the same wingspan as, like, the Shredder. But I could feel some more elastic. That's kind of pretty cool. And his helmet and the shoulder parts come off. However, it's a living hell to take off. It means to put these cape holes inside. So I'm just going to try and do that right now. And yeah, this armor is pretty nice. I like his movement, but yeah, this is like too rubbery on one claw. It doesn't even work. It kind of feels like an eraser. But I do like what they're doing with the Shredder figure. It's just that I don't like how do I say this? Lacking in the leg movement, the same problem with Ghul. I feel like that they're so dumb. Because like they could just use fabric. There's nothing holding them back from using fabric. This is a belt that's on Shredder. Why not just use some fabric so you could get more articulation? They didn't use fabric for the cape that I like. And there's also some accessories that I like to talk about. These claws. They look good on the Shredder. that I'll put on now. And it appears that it looks pretty well. I don't like how rubbery it is. I understand that it's a stabbing hazard if they put it in hard plastic, but I feel like that it would have worked well, way much more better. But it still looks cool nonetheless. You can even switch it with one of these to make it like in the parts where he has a bigger claw that I kind of like. And we also have these grabber hands that he has. You can just pop one in. Pop one in like this. And you have this mutagen. Container here that you can just try and put inside the Super Shredder's hand. That I'm not going to try and do. Oh wait, I am doing it. Yeah, but it's too tight. Maybe let's try this hand with a Graziano Ghul sword. It's still loose. They should have made hands that are like stiff enough to hold this. God, this is so hard. But maybe in Graziano Ghul's hand. I doubt it. Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, the Shredder figure is nice. And he's my favorite out of the two, but he still has some problems. I like what they did with the art style, like from the movie, but I still don't like what they did with these. They could have made them fabric, and I bet nobody would have minded. But they didn't think of that when they were trying to use the articulation. This is how far the Shredder's leg can go. He's supposed to be a ninja, not a sumo wrestler. A sumo wrestler can move better than this guy, and they're fat. So that's one of the only complaints besides the blades with a Shredder. It bends like this. So I feel like that's dumb. I mean, like, they didn't... Graziano Ghul's... This is better than the Shredder's claws. This is what I would expect on a Shredder. I got this a few years back, and it costed $53 for this pack. I honestly like what they were doing, but overall, it's not that good in my opinion. This is my favorite one, and the Shredder's my favorite TMNT character of all time. But still, they could have done a better job with this figure. They could have made the legs more... They could have made this fabric part more looser. Like, heck, maybe use fabric for this. They should have used fabric for this. I understand why they didn't use fabric for this part, and I actually agree with that. But once I look at it, it doesn't connect well with the cape. The cape is this purple right here. They could have done the purple that they showed on this strap, and that would have made a lot more sense. But they didn't. So, yeah. But I do like the Shredder figure in visual, but in articulation, it sucks. So overall, with these two, I give them for the Shredder, 7 out of 10, and the Rage Al Ghul, I'll give him 6. So, this ends the video. Before I end, I got an argument with one of my guardians. They said I should be doing homework instead of this, even though they already knew the plans. They never acted like this. My theory is because the news was on, and I told them that they should shut. But I'm not gonna get that on. I just honestly feel that there's some goals. I understand what my guardian said, but I'm gonna try and do it because if I don't go on these goals and start working on them, it's gonna end up for me being held back on this, like my last videos. And I don't want to be like Hungry Bones. I'm a big fan of him. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video, maybe on Friday.